Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say something else. Right now, like I've been saying, is there's a North American Union that is underway, but the NAFTA deal was set up to fail. What I mean by that is, because right now we have an Asian Union, we have an African Union, and we have a European Union. That's why now what they're focused on and what's laid down on their agenda is a North American Union, which is Canada, US, and Mexico will become one state. So when the North American Union comes, like Canada, US, and Mexico, that's going to join in with the Asian Union and the African Union, and we're all going to shift to Europe. And we're going to join the one world government. That's what's happening, ladies and gentlemen. Because it actually says it in their own documents that they need a major crisis for them to get their one world government running. Like David Rockefeller in his own memoirs, it says, we are on the verge of a global transformation. All that we need is a major crisis, and the nations will accept the New World Order. And also it says that they're calling for the end of nation states. They're calling for the end of national governments. So for them to be calling for the end of nation states, that means nations can no longer be divided. They're going to all have to come into one huge body. Well, everything will be one world government, one world religion, one world money system, everything. So, and it's actually, because some people try to say that this is not true, but this is true, ladies and gentlemen. Do your research, okay? Do your research and you'll see it. It's actually in their own paper. This was planned back in 1990 something. This has been underway. They already have a NAFTA highway underway, super highways, that is under construction right now, that will be from Mexico into the US and then into Canada. They already have it. And in this North American Union, you're going to be in biometric technology, like I was saying. Because on the agenda, ladies and gentlemen, that's how I know. That's what they want, is a biometric thing. So you're going to have your face scan. Your license plates will be scanned, and so on. In this North American Union. Yeah, in the document it says we're building a North American community. North American community. That's what they're building, is a North American community. But it's all going to join the European Union, because that's where the one world government will be, is the European Union. And the European Union was actually planned. It was planned to be created, ladies and gentlemen, by the Bilderbergs. The Bilderbergs created it. This is how they listen to this, ladies and gentlemen. Guess how they created the European Union and the United Nations? Through World War II. They created a crisis. They created a war so they can bring the European Union out of the ashes of the Holocaust, and they were successful. They created the European Union. So they're going to create the North American Union. They're going to be successful, ladies and gentlemen. They are going to be successful. And it's actually in their own documents that they're calling for a dictatorship. They want to go into dictatorship They're calling for a one-world dictator for the whole world, a one governing body, worldwide dictator. That it will be able to solve, we'll be able to do things better if we go into a one world dictator, one leader. It's in their own documents that they're talking about going into dictatorship. So that's what I wanted to let you guys know about, is that this is what's going on. This is for real, ladies and gentlemen. I know it sounds so surreal, so unreal, that just to stop and think that this is actually happening. But yet it's happening. They're talking about a North American Union, but like I said before, it's set up to fail. They're going to go straight to world government, because that's all that these people want, is a one world body, a one world government. And that's what they're going to do. They're going straight to world government. So that's what I wanted to let you guys be aware of. They're going to be tracking people, and they want to go into a cashless society as soon as possible, because that's the only thing that's hindering them from having their one world government. Because these people believe that they need a cashless society for them to have a one world government. Because what they want is control. It's always about control, ladies and gentlemen. Because everybody will be tracked and monitored. Every human activity will not be private. They'll be monitored at all times and tracked at all times. So this is where we are headed. Because that's the government's plan, is to have everybody tracked and monitored. We are constantly being watched daily in so many ways that so many people are not aware of it. And that's what's on their agenda right now. So I just wanted to let you guys be aware of it, that the North American Union is underway. And before they can bring in the new system, which is the one world government, the system that we have now has to fail. It has to fail. And there was actually a guy that said, let the financial system collapse and bring in the new system. And that's what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. The world's financial system is going to crumble and crash and collapse to the ground. There's coming a worldwide financial collapse. That's what they're going to do. All the banks are going to crash and collapse. The international banks are going to just collapse. It's impossible. History has shown that, what's it called, fiat currencies, which means it's only in paper, they only lasted, what, 100-something years. In Canada, how long has Canada had their, because Canada is fiat currency. And Canada's in so much debt, it's so impossible for them to pay their debt. So if they don't do anything soon, the Canadian dollar is going to collapse. History has shown. I'm telling you what history has shown. Like right now, we are in the exact same situation that that Nazi Germany was in before Germany collapsed. Like they continued printing and printing and printing money. History shows that you cannot print money you don't have. You don't have it, and yet that's what the Federal Reserve is doing. They're bankrupting the They're bankrupting the United States by design, and the whole world is being bankrupt by design by the governments, because they're all controlled by shadow figures, shadow groups, by the Illuminati. So maybe that's how the North American Union will come into being, which is going to go straight toward world government. So maybe that's how they're going to do it. The United States dollar is going to collapse. The euro is going to collapse. And that's probably when they're going to bring in the North American Union. At that time. So we have a new thing that we all come in. And they'll probably bring in the North American dollar. because they already have they call it the Amero, but the Amero dollar, North American dollar sounds a better way to say the Amero dollar. They say it probably will be called the North American dollar. The North American dollar, ladies and gentlemen. They already have their new currency. They pulled it out and they said this is going to be the currency at the G20 summit, talking about a one world currency. The reason for this is to solve economic problems in America and worldwide and so on. They're really, really pushing for this world government, ladies and gentlemen, like I've been saying. But for that to happen, the system that we have now has to fail, and then they can bring in the new system, which means the world's financial system is going to collapse. So that's all I wanted to tell you guys, is this is what's coming down the line right now. And I made so many videos on it. So I just want people to know about this North American Union. Because actually saying they're talking about getting rid of the dollar and bringing in the North American Union. They're talking about getting rid of the United States dollar. Okay? They want the United States dollar to fall so they can bring it in, which is going to go straight to world government. Like I said, like back in Germany, they continued printing money and money and money and money until they went into hyperinflation and it just collapsed. Everything that people worked for, 50 years of working, all the money that they earned from that 50 years went down the drain. That's exactly where we are right now, in the same situation. The economy is going to collapse any day now, and the United States is going to collapse. So many things are going to happen. The United States dollar is going to collapse. And when that happens, the rest of the world is going to fall. Okay? Because the United States economy holds up the rest of the world. So when the United States economy crashes and collapses, the whole world is going to fall with it. It's like we're all linked together. When one breaks, we all fall down. And that's exactly what's going to happen. So I just wanted to let you guys be aware of that. Like, there's going to be riots very soon. There's going to be 1,000 fires burning in New York City. So it's going to spread to New Jersey. There's going to be huge earthquakes. And so many things. Judgment is falling on the United States. The judgment of God is going to fall on the United States. Believe me. If God does not judge the United States, God is going to have to apologize to what he did to Sodom and Gomorrah. And God's not going to apologize. He's going to judge. He's already revealed it to his prophets. He's given so many people warnings that he's going to judge America. New York City is going to burn with 1,000 fires. The fire is going to spread to New Jersey. There's going to be riots. There's going to be tanks running in the streets. There's going to be so many things happening. There's going to be flooding that's going to cut off the food supply. So many things, ladies and gentlemen. This is all I got to say. So I just wanted to make this video to let you guys be aware of this. So this is all I got to say, and God bless you all.